lakini wale ambao walialikwa ndio wameingia. Na hiyo ni sawa tu.
Wewe umbehisi vipi kukaa hapa nje kutoingia pale kuzindikiza?
Mtoto ya Ruto can go in na Wajakoya, third most powerful man in the country, na katazwa. Si ni upuzi. How can Ruto's daughter be allowed to go in na Wajakoya na katazwa na sukumwa nje? That's bullshit.
Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino and I'm going to be your host for today. Now, before I continue or before I get into the discussion of today, I would like to appreciate those who are giving us your support, those who are joining us, and those who are subscribing. It's only through your support that this channel is growing at the rate at which it's growing. And as I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. You can tell me where you're watching us from and how these videos are reaching you. Thank you very much and may God bless you. Now, back to our discussion. In as much as people are making noise, or in as much as we are shouting here and there that we want to know the real cause of General Ogola's death, as we all know that Ogola died through a plane crash. But there are a lot of people, a lot of speculations here and there that we really want to know what happened. We want the investigations to be done. The investigators should do their work as fast as they can so that we know the real cause of General Ogola's death. And we also saw the CS of transport, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, talking about putting a team so that the investigation can be done within a period of 3 months, so that after 3 months, there will be a feedback on the cause of General Ogola's death. In the morning, there is this thing that Miguna tweeted. And I want to read for you what Miguna said, what he tweeted on social media, so that we can really understand each other and know whether this thing is going to be real or not. This is what Miguna said. I have heard people, including the prominent Kenyan politicians and advocates who should know better, claiming that there is an investigation team formed to probe General Francis Omondi Ogola's death. When did the President William Ruto establish or gazette the probe team? Remember that no one except the President of the Republic has the mandate to set up a team investigating the death of Kenyan's Chief of Defense Staff, not a cabinet secretary. The team announced by CS Kipchumba Murkomen cannot legally investigate and has no technical and legal capacity to investigate the circumstances surrounding General Ogola's death. Of a deputy president and or a CS is below that of a CDF. Moreover, the military will not cooperate with that purely civilian team, honor its summons and comply with any directives from or findings by it. We must be a country that adheres to the rules of law and avoid the tendency of engaging in PR exercises on such grave matters. And he finishes by saying that I have not mentioned Joel Ogola's name because he is irrelevant to this issue. Now, talking about, let me briefly talk about Joel Ogola. Joel Ogola, that is the son of the late general. There are 3 things that I saw it somewhere. There are 3 things that Joel does not understand. The way Joel is talking, maybe Joel, number 1, does not understand anything to do with politics. He does not understand politics and how things work. That is number 1. The second thing is that maybe this guy was talking when he was talking about people should stop accusing the president of maybe of killing the father. There is something that this guy maybe was trying to protect. Let's say he was trying maybe to protect a prominent person. And the third thing is that perhaps this guy wanted, maybe this was the best platform for him to be known. So he wanted to say something that can make people know him. And maybe people should feel like, should have his taste and feel like, okay, General has a son. So that are the 3 key things that I learned from this guy. But now, that one aside, because I don't want to talk about that, that is a bygone thing. I want us to major here this issue of investigation. We had on Sunday during the battle, we have Oburu Odinga talking about the investigation, and he was saying that people died. people like Tom Mboya died, people like Chieng' Oneko died, people like Oruo George and George Saitoti died on a plane crash. So the investigation should be done. And even went ahead and said that during Tom Mboya's time, he was one among the team that was investigating the death of Tom Mboya. But quite unfortunate, or something happened that shocked him, that during the investigation, the by then regime went to the family and told the family to prevent anybody from talking about investigation or maybe talking about the cause of Tom Mboya's death. And that is now when he was telling the son of General that young man, just leave the investigators to do their job. So are you seeing the conspiracy here? And right now, something that I know Miguna has a point. Miguna is saying that, have you ever seen a CS doing an investigation on the cause of the death of CDF? Because as it stands, or as we know very well, that CDF is the second in command, is even above the deputy president. So it's the president and then the CDF. So the person that is supposed to put team in a place to do the investigation of the CDF is the president himself. But the big question is, are we sure that the president of the Republic of Kenya, that Dr. William Samoei Ruto, will put a team to do the investigation on the cause of the death of General Gola? Because, okay, the people that were there are saying that the cause of the plane crash was very simple. During the takeoff, one of the propellers failed to work. That is one of the things that caused the plane crash after some minutes. I want us to go back to the death of George Saitoti and Oruo George. And I want to ask a question. I want to pose a question for you, maybe that you'll give me an answer. Since Oruo George and George Saitoti died, and the team was put to investigate the cause of their death, have we ever been told that these guys were killed by this thing? Since 2012. And I was trying to do, when that thing rang in my mind, I was trying to do some investigation. And I came to realize that there are a lot of details that were being given about the cause of George Saitoti, the likeness of George Saitoti and Oruo George's death, something like that. And this is what they were saying. Let me just read it. It says, in a report released by the commission in October, now this I'm talking about the cause of the death and the investigation that was done during the death of Oruo George and George Saitoti. But then that is back in 2012. And I want us to compare it with the real thing that is happening right now. This is what it was saying. In a report released by the commission in October 2012, pilot error, bad weather, and the condition of the helicopter battery were listed as some of the possible causes. Are you listening? So the cause, okay, when they were doing the investigation, this is what they were saying. They were saying that the cause of George Saitoti and Oruo George's death in a helicopter crash were three. Number one was the issue of a battery, the condition of the battery. Number two, they are talking about the condition of the helicopter, bad weather, and pilot error. Three things: pilot error, condition of the battery, and weather. And they're going ahead and saying that the investigations later revealed the crash deep inside the Kibiko forest, happening shortly after 9 a.m., just 10 minutes after taking off from Wilson Airport. On the controls were Captain Luko Yugi and Nancy Gitwanja. 11 years later, questions still linger as to what exactly happened on that fateful day. Several theories have been put forward in an attempt to give an explanation, despite a commission of inquiry being formed to investigate the same. The commission, led by the then Justice Kalpana Rawal, was told the control tower at Wilson Airport lost touch with the two pilots 6 minutes after takeoff. In a report released by the Commission in October 2012, pilots' error, bad weather, and the condition of the helicopter battery were listed as some of the possible causes of the crash. Now, I want us to reason here. How can incompetent pilots be assigned to fly a helicopter or a chopper that is carrying prominent leaders or great leaders, CSS that are highly respected, to a place? Talking about the pilots, is that reasonable? Is that reasoning worthy? The second thing, talking about weather, were these pilots not aware that there was bad weather condition and that they are not supposed to fly a helicopter or a plane in bad weather conditions? The third question is, before a takeoff of a helicopter or anything, a chopper, all these things, the jets, are there no proper mechanics that investigates or do proper engineering for a helicopter or a plane that wants to take off? And then right now we are being told that the investigations will be done so that we can be told the cause of General Gola's death. If we have not been told what happened something like 13 years ago, 12 to 13 years ago, how sure are we that we will be told what just happened on Thursday last week within a period of 3 months? I started by asking, will the President of the Republic of Kenya give authority or summon a team to do the investigation of the death of Francis Ogola? It is not possible. And you know why it's not possible. There is no one that there's no way you can try to investigate the government. Truth be told, you cannot investigate the government. Because the moment you try to investigate the government, they'll bring stories. They'll create stories that here and there, here and there. If the president can lie in front of people in the republic, in front of people, before the birth of the president lies and tells us that he talked to the daughter, and he told the daughter that there's nowhere you're going and that there is no way you're going to speak during the burial. And then he says that he doesn't know even the way Charlene found herself in the burial, and before he could know it, Charlene was on the mic. How? And another question is, why was the president trying to prevent the wife from going to the burial? Those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Why is it that the president was trying to prevent the wife from going, and the daughter from going to the burial? And now let us connect it with this. Will the president allow the investigation to continue? Or after 1 or 2 months, this story will come to an end and no one will talk about it? Those are the things that are very tough to understand. Will the president allow the investigation to continue? Because as it stands, Murkomen has got no power. Let Murkomen go and do the investigation of the cause of the road accidents, either school buses or personal private vehicles, and go and deal with the people that issues the number plate. But this issue of General Gola's death needs a very serious. It needs to be handled by very serious people. Like the president should select a team in which Miguna is saying that it will not work. It is impossible for a president to give a team, because when we talk about Gachagua has got no power, and even the soldiers themselves, the KDF, the investigation team of the KDF will not allow civilians to come and try and maybe do investigation, because according to the KDF, what I know is that any member of parliament is a civilian in the KDF. No matter the position you hold, you are a civilian. When you go there, they will handle you like a normal person. They will not care whether you are a member of parliament. And what is funny is that this thing really shocked me. That George Wajakoya went to the burial and was denied a chance a chance to access the burial simply because he was not invited. You know, these are the things that we need to talk about. George, that is George Wajakoya, went for the burial and they denied a chance to get in. And George Wajakoya is claiming that how comes I'm prevented from getting in and the daughter of the president is among the people that are inside.
Lakini wale ambao walialikwa ndio wameingia. Na hiyo ni sawa tu.
Wewe umbehisi vipi kukaa hapa nje kutoingia pale kusindikiza?
Mtoto ya Ruto can go in na Wajakoya, third most powerful man in the country, na katazwa. Si ni upuzi. How can Ruto's daughter be allowed to go in na Wajakoya na katazwa na sukumwa nje? That's bullshit. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
I don't know what you think. That is why I want to give you a chance also at the comment section so that you can tell me your thought. And until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface Wino. Bye-bye.